I'd rather you tell me I have a little dick.
I mean, let me be real, because you don't actually know that. You feel me? That's something you can't prove. You know,
that's subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get me in the right light, baby.
Yeah, there's angles to it. You gotta see it from underneath.
Yeah, you ain't close enough. That's your problem.
That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's perspective.
The government growing babies. Microchips in your anus. All koala bears are racist. The ozone layer owes me money. Martians invented turkey stuffing. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
To stand out above the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud, till mine is the only face you see gonna stand out. Till you notice me. There it is. There it is. Welcome to Gentiles and Little Mamas alike. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Momma Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of Black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove that, yes, Jesus Christ is Black, but Black in the way that logic is Black. You don't want him saying the N-word. Don't nobody like that. It gets real uncomfortable. We don't even really believe it. No, you don't. Come on. That ain't the Black we were dreaming of. It just is the way of our Lord. I'm Langston Kerman.
I'm David Borean. That was a lot to unpack.
Look, I'm just telling you what it is, man. These are cold, hard facts. It's not even up for debate.
Man, I'm okay with that.
You're okay with him being logic Black?
He's Blacker than he is in most of the churches that I've been to.
That's fair. He has a little ethnicity to him.
Yeah. Only takes one spoonful of chocolate to turn the whole glass of milk brown. You know what I mean?
All right. Plessy versus Ferguson. I hear you, my man.
You can't do that to me.
That's what I was going to say. One drop.
I hear you. Our guest today, I'm curious to know where he stands on the lightest skin Jesus theory. He's great. He's he's a rapper. He's a thinker. He's a podcast. You know him best from his own podcast, Hood Politics. We're so glad he's returning to the podcast. Give it up for Propaganda.
West, y'all. Man. Oh, dog. Oh, man. You was finna get a body roll from now. That's dangerous.
No, listen,
right
this is like a top 5 song for me.
Yeah, nah, for real, man. I was going to derail this whole thing with that.
Any group that has twins, I'm in.
Say what?
I'm in with any group that has twins. You know, the Whispers, the 2 little guys were twins.
Yeah, I forgot that they were twins.
I
had to process that for a second, but you're right.
So, yeah.
Are there a lot of groups with twins?
It's a lot of twins. There's the group, The Twins, from Long Beach.
Boom.
Oh, Jagged Edge. They were twins, I think.
I think Crisscross was fraternal.
I thought they were just brothers.
Nah, I was just kidding.
I don't even think they was related at all.
I don't even think
No?
Oh,
man. Oh, that sucks.
Their names was both Chris.
Oh, man. I thought they were at least oh, that sucks. No. That's so disappointing.
No, I think Jermaine Dupri just met him in a mall.
I do have theories on light-skinned Jesus.
Okay, go.
Yeah. So, yeah, they did just meet in the mall. But my theory on light-skinned Jesus is I believe as big as Africa is, Africa be shrinking. So in my mind, I'm like...
True story.
Fam, I'm like, once you cross the Sinai Peninsula, I'm like, that's still Africa. I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? So, like,
that's fair.
I'm looking at Saudi Arabia. I'm like, Yemen. Like, that's Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Qataris, all that.
That's Africa. You know what I'm saying? It's just Africa, you know, with some tea and, like, you know, and saffron. It's Africa with saffron. You feel me? So, like,
yeah.
And I do believe, I will say this, to your point, it's like, I don't know if I want to have Jesus saying the N-word in the purpose that I feel like Black cards should have special delegations. So, like, because there's no way my Nigerian first generation brother could ever meet the requirements for an American black card. But for me to look at that man and say he's somehow not a black man is absurd. So to me, I'm like, they need their own criteria where they have things that they can joke about and things they can't joke about. Just like there's stuff that we can't joke about. You feel me? Like, I can't make no African jokes.
You're saying it's Delta Premium versus Delta One kind of
Come
vibe.
on,
It's
fam. You know what I'm saying?
versus,
Like, it's all...
versus Diamond.
Listen, you're still getting a free upgrade. You still can get into the lounge. You in the Sky Lounge.
It's a nice experience.
Cool. It's a really nice experience. But like,
don't listen to Langston. He doesn't align with your beliefs right now. He stays ragging Africans on here. I hate it.
I'm just saying they need their own delegation. I'm like, y'all rules, because like I can't make no jollof rice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's y'all's thing.
I mean, you could. It's a simple process. You could.
No, you would. No, I'm
rice,
not gonna butcher
tomato.
it. Just like, do not ever attempt to make something like don't make mac and cheese. Don't make the collard greens. It's all good. Like, stay in your lane. It's cool.
Bro, I could cook though.
Oh, I believe you,
though, man.
I believe you. I mean, I can make ramen, but.
It's not a question of whether or not you are capable of it as much as there should be a little bit of a separation between church and state as it applies to the black culture.
I am going to respect our differences.
Are we still talking about Jesus?
Yes.
What's the highest calling here? What's the highest authority within this? Blackness or religion? Which is a complicated question. I know to ask in the first 5 minutes.
Right. I don't know what you're trying to play at here, Bori. Yeah. If you want to make this podcast something else, then just go ahead and say it.
I need to go ahead and do a little more research. If this the direction. All right.
It is a great question. I don't know if any of us can answer that for another person. It's like, no. You're making your own choices.
Besides, black.
So we're 5 minutes in?
Yeah, black didn't exist till the 1700s anyway. So, like, let's go ahead and.
Damn.
I just thought I'd bring a little politics.
That's a heavy statement.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'd just throw them politics in.
Whoa. All right. Well, let's derail all the good that you potentially just did with that sentence. Your conspiracy today.
Yes.
Has absolutely nothing to do with the diaspora. Although that's not true. There's a lot of ancient beliefs inside of this conspiracy theory.
I love it.
You said, my mama told me.
Always wash your chicken.
Thoroughly. Absolutely thoroughly.
Tell us everything you know about.
Well, see, this was first of all, thank you for having me on the show. Longtime fan, one-time visitor.
Absolutely.
And the like, what I love about this show is the amount of like, my father was a Black Panther. So I swim in conspiracy theories as a child. The problem is half of them be true. And then it's like, and they be hella serious. So I'm like, I don't
That's a generous amount.
Bro, like, I'll tell you, my father was a Panther. He was at the UCLA shooting in the 60s and he was like, the FBI set that up. I was like, okay, Dad. Fam, the FBI set it up. So like stuff like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, though. I don't have a single auntie or uncle that thinks Trump's assassination was real. I don't have a single relative that believes.
It hasn't. You know what's funny?
Not a single relative.
It hasn't come up on the podcast yet, but I don't know what you think, Bori. Are you a believer that was a real assassination attempt?
Man, I hate the idea of people claiming false flags just because I think it can do a lot of harm.
Yeah.
That being said, right, he was just on a roof like that. Like the checks and balances that were not gone through for that to have happen feels like I have a hard time believing that Secret Service is that lax with security. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like wasn't like a trained sniper. It was a kid on a roof 100 yards away. That's like,
with no internet presence whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then the way Trump supposedly took the bullet and got up.
The picture was crazy.
That picture was hard as fuck.
I was so mad how dope that picture was. I was salty. I was salty. I was like, that shit hard. I ain't gonna hold you, homeboy. That shit hard.
Coolest picture ever.
Salty. I was like, crib salty. Like, damn it. That shit hard, nigga.
I was like, whoa.
Damn.
Maybe I should vote for him. This is cool.
I mean, I thought the whole rollout was hard when 50 posted Trump on 50
I was
and
like,
on 50's body.
Many men,
Bro.
like, brilliant.
Oh man,
The
It
only
was
thing,
crazy.
the only thing I would say plays against the conspiracy theory part of it is the power of just being a like plain oatmeal, like vitamin D whole milk white boy that you can just walk around. Like nobody's gonna check him. And I believe that because he had a little nerdy ass white boy. Of course nobody's looking for him. And he's got a gun. Oh, we're in Butte, Pennsylvania. Everyone has a gun. You know what I'm saying? So like in my mind, I'm like, I could see how up until all the way when he was on the roof, when they was like, fam, y'all see homeboy up there? Like I could see how he could walk freely. Y'all seeing this? Like I believe that.
Hey, he with y'all because
I know. He one of y'all, like, you know this nigga? I don't know this nigga. Hey, who know cuz? Like, you know what I'm saying?
is that y'all man? Because I'm cool if he up there.
Yeah, he could be up there. I just gotta know.
I mean, he with y'all, you know what I'm saying? If he with y'all, but like, I don't. Whose man's is this? Yeah, so I could see how the possibility that, like, bro, I could see that happen where they were just like, until it was too late to be like,
the one part that I haven't been able to make peace with inside of it being conspiracy is the additional person dying.
That's my part
Like
too.
everything else, I can kind of find
exactly.
a way of reasoning into how all of this could be fraudulent. But that person dying is a lot harder to figure out of being like, that's But I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, man. But yeah. So washing chicken.
Yeah. I was about to say, I couldn't even remember how we found ourselves there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like,
but I'm glad.
These are one of many things. Yeah.
I'm grateful. Don't let that make you feel any doubt. I'm grateful we got there. But please tell me about the washing chicken.
It seems so logical to me. Like, and you open up a package and the thing is, it's like, look, dude, I don't know how many hands touched this before it got into the plastic. You know, I don't know that. You know, I don't know how many grocers did it. I don't know any of that. And then I don't know how tight this thing is sealed. And, you know, we come from the age where, like, you know, mad cow disease and salmonella and, you know what I'm saying? Salmonella. Like, FDA was, like, recalling some stuff. You feel me? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure y'all have talked about this before. I think people underplay or undervalue, because we just don't think about it as much, how much Black people value not being musty. Like we really value clean. You know, you're not ashy, you're not musty. Like we're very particular, you know.
I would say that getting called musty is maybe the worst thing that could happen to you.
Yeah.
As a person, like and if that's your child, like if your child musty.
Ooh, I can't even imagine that.
You failing as a parent. Like, you know what I mean?
He comes home, they're calling me musty.
I struggle to think of anything someone else could say to me that would hurt me more than being musty.
But yeah, like because everyone can see that and smell that you musty. So I'm like, this is objectively we all noticed. So for us, it's like, why would that sense of like cleanliness not be a part of how we take care of our food? You wash everything else. It don't make no sense. You wash the greens, you wash the vegetables, you wash the fruit. Yeah. Why would I not wash? Like, hell, my grandma, we used to get clean clothes before we could put it on. She'd wash the clean clothes. Or the new clothes. She'd wash the new clothes before we could put it on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it just, I don't know. I mean, people, you read and, you know, people dying from like the chicken juice on the counter. You feel me? Like, and it's gross. It's gross. Like, just, and what's it gonna hurt? Like, so maybe it don't do nothing. Okay.
Right.
You know?
Okay. So here's where the question I think gets a little complicated. And Bori, we've talked about this a little bit in the past. When we say wash, What do y'all mean by wash?
I meant running underwater, maybe soak it for a little bit, and then empty it out, and then you can start cooking.
Yes.
Because I've seen soap online. I think that is.
See, I was gonna bring that up. I see somebody.
That's for crazy
soap
people.
in their collard greens. And again,
I've seen soaping chicken, soaping vegetables, all kinds.
Now
of
we've done
literal dishwashing liquid
on
chicken and shit.
I don't even like using that on my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's too rough for your hands. It's definitely too rough for your.
But I'm gonna consume
for your gizzards.
Now we've done the baking soda in water, like we've done that for like the fruits, you know what I'm saying, but not for the chicken. For the chicken, it's just run it on just some cold water, like rinse it off. So I guess when we say wash, we mean rinse it off.
Okay, so you're both specifically imagining a rinsing action when
cycle.
You talk about washing.
Rinse and then possibly a soak for a little bit.
And when you're soaking, is this just soaking in water? What is this?
Yeah, just soaking in water while you're doing other stuff.
Okay. Yeah, and I do think we because so there's there's levels to this blackness. It's like I lived in a part of LA that was east side of South Central, so it's like the borderlands between like the Black and Latino neighborhoods. So depending on which little meat market we went to, how hood or not hood that spot is, you could make a judgment as to like how long I should soak this chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
Yeah,
you feel me?
That's a 5-minute store.
You already know what I'm talking about. Like right there on Avalon, there was a spot right there on Avalon at 59th. I was like, oh, it's real. This chicken should not cost this little. Like it should cost more than this.
We're gonna have to eat this Thursday. It's gonna take a long soak before.
We might as well rest it overnight. Not even water, just apple cider or white vinegar.
You understand? White vinegar food. Like, it's kind of cooking it, like a little bit.
Yeah.
This chicken ceviche at this point.
At this point, it's ceviche. Yeah, bro.
My mom at least washes all meats.
Yeah.
So that was going to be, and we should go to break in a second, but that was going to be my follow-up question is this because it is how you were raised to do it? Or was this some shit that y'all both found independently? Like, yeah, I'm washing my chicken because I'm ready.
I just watched my mom.
Yeah, same. But like if she's making like stew or something like that with like beef chunks or I'll be real, goat sometimes, that shit's just staying in a bowl for a little bit.
Yeah,
and it smells.
I've never...
Like goat can smell. Like goat got to smell.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like, when the chitlins come in the house, it's like it's got to smell. You got to clean the stuff thoroughly. It seems to be all in the same bucket to me.
I've never met a Black person who didn't wash their chicken and meats in general, and so it is fascinating. That they're probably out there, right? There probably are Black people who ain't doing that, and so it's crazy. Look at how diverse we truly are. Some of us wash our chicken and some don't, baby. I was watching the high jump for the Olympics, and there was a man from Greece, and he had micro braids, and he had a silly name, and he probably don't wash his chicken, but was he good at the high jump. I killed it.
I always thought foreigners all wash their chicken. I always thought of that as being like an American white people thing, not washing your meat. But I don't know.
Strictly in America, we're the only ones that aren't doing it.
That's what I thought.
That are not washing our chicken or that are washing our chicken? You're saying Americans are the only ones that don't wash their chicken. Is that what you're saying?
White people in America are the only ones that do not. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I thought.
That's interesting.
I mean, there's so many. That's such a metaphor because I'm like, y'all don't wash your legs. You don't use washcloths. Is that specific? Is this an American? Like, why y'all like that?
Dirty?
People saying that right and then bragging about it. Like, I wash my hair like once a month. I don't have to wash my legs.
Yeah.
With runoff?
They'll tell you
clean it with
face.
runoff?
Yeah.
They don't hide it or nothing.
It's like a point of pride.
You don't wash your legs. There's a part of you don't wash. You get in there and you don't finish the job.
It's covered in skin.
No, I wouldn't tell you.
Like, is it covered in skin? Like, do you wash your car like
it's
that?
It's all part of the
hood?
same machine.
Yeah.
If the drip down theory is true, the most stink is on your legs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you also think that the runoff cleans it, then you also understand that the most dirt is at your feet.
Where all the dirt is. It's the collective totality of your top half is all on. Yeah.
You think your armpits are musty. Your ankles, motherfucker, are foul.
Wow.
Okay, we need to take a break. We're going to be back with more propaganda, more My Mama Told Me.
We are back and we are over 9,000 talking about washing chicken.
Okay, so you watch your mom wash chicken, you wash chicken. Let's imagine a world where you find yourself raising children who do not wash chicken, who somehow come to you and say, Dad, it's not for me. I'm not a chicken washer. How do you feel? How do you make peace with that?
Well, I'm not eating their chicken, so there's that. And so my wife is first gen Mexican, Southern Mexico, Afro Mexican.
Yeah.
So a lot of their culture, from the sticks, you know what I'm saying? So their practice of cooking is a little bit different than mine. That being said, she washes her chicken also. So my question would be, I don't know where you got this from. And when you leave, you could cook however you want.
Yep.
But as for me and my house, hello.
You gonna wash that chicken? Yeah.
So she's ultimately part of the diaspora, Acapulco, slave port, so she's granddaddy black as hell, But either way, they wash their chicken. So it would be like, I don't know where you got this from. And when you move out, you can cook your chicken however you want. But as for me and my house, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wash our chicken.
It's a crazy person thing to not wash meat. Like, it's crazy to me that this is even the fact that there's a contingent of people who don't do it. It's meat. That's the shit that makes you like, what are you talking about? Yes. You just take it out and just raw. You just, oh man.
And you know what?
Have you seen the slaughtering process?
Yes. Not only do they not do it, they insist that it's worse to wash it.
I'm glad you're saying that, because my research, and I like to do a little research on this show, and I want to be clear, it is not my argument. It is just the argument that the work is making. But they said that according to Drexel University, in collaboration with the Partnership for Food Safety Education and New Mexico State University, they said that in fact, you are not supposed to wash your chicken. It is substantially less healthy than washing your chicken is.
Give me a reason.
Yeah, do they have any reason?
Okay. They do have a reason. They say that
Are you glad we asked?
I am. They say the main issue is that washing raw chicken actually causes the bacteria, rinsing, as you all are describing it specifically, causes the bacteria to spread throughout your kitchen instead of cleaning it from the meat. It spreads across the chicken. It spreads across your counters. The splash zones in general all then become contaminated with bacteria and salmonella.
What's it say about soaking?
I think everything that I read implies that soaking does not remove any bacteria from it. It only causes it to sit there.
So let me get this straight.
Drexel University, though, what is that, like ACC conference? That's not even a Big Ten school. I'm not listening to that.
So I was going to say, first of all, let me echo my grandma. Like, they don't know what they talking about. My grandma would say about anything. But I'm a little perplexed. So what you're saying is there is bacteria and it's better for me to leave it because it might splash onto the sink. Why don't I just wash the sink after I'm done?
Good point.
So,
good point. Let's go.
What they suggest is one of the main problems of this splash zone that's being described is something that they call cross-contamination. It means that when you wash your chicken, you are then causing this splash zone where you may eventually put some of your vegetables, where you may put a clean plate, not expecting it to be in this sort of salmonella contaminated area, and thus the salmonella spreads on things that you didn't expect it to spread on. Knives, forks, whatever it might be.
But I think my point here, at least my point here with that is, but I'm about to eat the shit, I'm going to eat the shit.
You're telling me it's better
You
than
want me to get it on other shit, but you want me to eat it full tilt?
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
So just eat it?
Okay, so you're saying...
I don't care if you went to a school founded by a basketball player.
That was good.
Yeah, I don't again know why they don't think that at least some bacteria is being washed off by rinsing the chicken and sort of managing your splash zone. But the main argument is the possibility of it being a more of a spreading of contamination than one that actually removes it.
Still lost.
That sounds like hustling backwards to me.
I'm still lost because I'm like, so you're saying just to consume it? Like the chicken has bacteria, and these professional recommendation is just eat it. Just eat it dirty.
Well,
does it cook off? Is that
yes.
it?
Okay, so
off.
that part I can answer to. So they do say that the bacteria will not survive at a temperature over 165 degrees. And so that if you are cooking your chicken properly, inside and out, and they suggest you use a meat thermometer to measure the inside of chicken so that you know for sure that it is cooked all the way through, then no bacteria will survive and there's no chance of you getting... or far less chance, I assume they can't say no chance, but far, far less chance of you getting salmonella or any other sort of foodborne illness.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay. You guys seem like you're starting to maybe change your minds a
mulling it
little
over.
bit.
Because what you're saying is...
Still going to wash my chicken.
Yeah. That's
There's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to keep washing the chicken. But
well, that's what I'm asking. It seems like you are both like conceding that you're making a mistake and then being like, but I ain't about to...
Pretty much.
I ain't about to not wash my chicken.
That's where I'm at.
You know how much washed chicken I've had in my life? Seems to be going good for me.
I've never had any sort of stomach bug from my own chicken.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, Langston, do you wash your chicken?
I do wash my chicken. I rarely cook. I'll say that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
I am not the cook in the household. My wife does most of it. In the times that I do, I wash the meats, largely because I, too, come from lineage of Black women who told me that's what you're supposed to do. But I've never felt passionate about it as much as felt like I was meant to be doing that because it's the only reasonable way. So I've never thought this hard about like the yes, it has to be done. No, it shouldn't be done. Whatever. Here's where I think this gets complicated. For me, at least, it got complicated. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Washing the chicken spreads the bacteria. I can get with that. That makes sense to me. Water ain't never killed stink once by itself. It needs an assistant. They say you're not supposed to soap and water it. They're very clear about that. Toxic chemicals replacing bacteria, it does not solve the problem. They also say vinegar and lemon juice some people use or salt water makes no difference. They say that largely is just making your bacteria have like a lemony zest more than...
See, that's the thing. They don't want to flavor their bacteria.
They just want they boiled bacteria.
Yeah. If I'm going to get sick, it's going to taste like Lowry's.
Yeah. With a hint of vinegar.
Yeah.
With a hint of vinegar.
And maybe a splash of Tony's. Who knows?
You never know. It might depend on the day.
Yeah.
Is this David's world famous vodka chicken? This is good.
No Tito's, but Tony's. I use Tony's on all kinds of shit.
So you are not meant to wash it. You're not meant to wash it with any like special ingredients. Now, here's where they get interesting is that they also suggest is that there is no need to wash your chicken, as according to the FDA regulations, the chicken has already been washed and inspected several times before it is packaged and sent out. And that's where I start going, get the fuck out of here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Several
much.
times?
Bro.
They don't even cut the corners right. But they washed it?
I still got to come in there and cut the corner. I still got to peel the skin.
Bro,
There's still so
I'm
much
saying.
work by the time it get to my plate. Yeah, or to my pot. You're hitting on the topic that I want y'all on my show about, which is like, did y'all see the Pew Research report that said that over 80% of black people believe the government's conspiring against them?
Oh, I didn't see that, but that sounds right.
Yes. Yeah. And they're saying that there is a collective feeling among black people that all organizations inside the government are conspiring against us. So when you tell me black people who wash their chicken, the FBI, we already washed it, baby. Don't worry about it. I'm like, see?
Yeah.
See?
That, it's crazy.
Also, you have to take in context with that study that the government has conspired against black people.
Right.
It's not like some crazy
that'd be
idea
the problem.
Born of nothing.
Yeah,
I believe it because it happened.
Because it happened.
That 20% of people who don't are fucking weirdos.
Right?
Stupid people.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That
Please
you don't
save
think the government's trying to kill you?
Save this for the show. That's exactly why I wanted y'all on the show, because I was like, my problem with the report is the 20%. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
I don't understand how the rest of y'all, where y'all been? Like, yeah.
No, you're tripping. But no, yeah, the FDA somehow wanting me to believe that they've done the right thing is nuts. It's completely insane. Moreover, it's suggesting that this chicken don't get dropped on the floor and they don't just like pick it up and package it. Like, what are you talking about?
They pick it up.
That man changes his gloves every time, or even wears them in the first place. Every time the new chicken come into the thing, that man is not changing his gloves.
Get out of here.
He works in a dead animal factory.
He work in a dead animal factory.
Come on, he's covered in blood.
He watches murder all day long.
Just mammal toxins.
I bet he smokes cigarettes in those gloves. He smokes a cigarette and then goes back.
He's gotten used to the screams of chickens in the night, and you
don't even smell it no more. You don't even smell it no more. Like, what you talking about? Come home musty. Don't even know.
That meat a thorough wash. And then you think there's an FDA official standing next to him writing down whether or not he did a good job? Get out of here.
Yeah. And also, what's a wash? You mean he hoses it down? They hit it with a hose?
Ooh. So they just rinse it?
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Nah, fam.
Well. And also, why would they need to wash it if it didn't need to be washed? If it was clean, why do they got to wash it 4 times?
So that's okay. Let's be clear. They're washing it because they say that they're removing the skin. They're removing
blood and feathers.
The feathers.
So,
there's a lot more on it by the time it gets to them.
Okay, fine.
I mean, there's organs.
I like that you're like, no, pure chicken. That's the way it's meant to be.
No, I slaughtered a whole chicken. I killed tons of chickens. I'm familiar with the chicken killing process.
Yeah, I've never slaughtered anything.
We gotta kill you some animals.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I don't
what
know
now?
If I got it in me, man.
I'm a city boy, dog. I shot prairie dogs a few times and really felt bad. And they was like, they just like roaches.
But that wasn't for food.
True.
That wasn't for food though, right?
No. I have been out in a farm in Honduras picking some coffee. That's another thing I'm into. But the dude that was running it like introduced us to the lamb we was gonna eat tonight or the next day. And I was like, bro, don't introduce me. But he introduced me to the lamb, and I gotta tell you what.
Yeah, don't introduce me.
My nigga, that was the most delicious birria taco I've ever had in my life. I was like, this is incredible. I ain't gonna hold you.
Because it was food.
I don't want to know it like
personal.
that. I'm not that
taste
organic.
The quirks.
Bro, I taste that food's personality. Like,
thank you, Bushy.
Yeah. That's why.
I appreciate your sacrifice. Pair it really well with this Corona. But either way, I didn't see the slaughter. I didn't see it.
Oh, okay, you missed it.
Yeah.
I'm just not buying that this government facility or organization is really stepping up and doing the right thing by its citizens. That feels crazy.
In any way. I don't believe that in any way.
Right.
And so that, I think, and maybe this is a good way for us to go into the break, that I think leaves us with a big question of whether or not we trust the science that says that this chicken is spreading lots of bacteria, or if we're trusting the government to have done enough by us to just presume that we don't have to intervene in some kind of way.
Word. I still thoroughly and wholeheartedly believe that you got to do something. Like at some point, it's like, look, bro, if you ask it, you're asking too much of me to trust so many things that I have no control or say over. Like I can trust myself that, you know what I mean? And if I still get sick because I done spread salmonella across my table, okay, stupid me. But like I did that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Also, I'm going to clean unprocessed foods.
Just period.
I trust the process, right? Like I get a bag of Flamin' Hots. I know that's clean. Unprocessed food, I'm washing all of it. All of it. I trust science.
This red number 5 is clean.
It's clean. It's clean.
Ain't no contaminations in these
it's
chemicals,
fine.
baby.
Yeah,
what do you use to clean things? Chemicals. Think about it.
It's already, this is like I'm already eating the periodic table. So like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
that's hilarious.
No, that's real. I agree. I think it's too much to ask for me to trust everybody involved in the chicken just off the grip. We're gonna take one more break. We're gonna be back with more propaganda, and we're gonna keep talking about this chicken washing. And I got a nice surprise for y'all with the chicken washing when we come
excited.
back.
Hey, you cook for it?
More My Mama Told Me.
She wanna fuck with the big egg.
We are back discussing whether or not you trust the government or your own goddamn water supply.
Damn.
I don't trust the government. I understand the points that you've made this entire thing. I've listened to them. I still am going to wash meat.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Same.
I think that's fair. And we got a surprise over the break. We learned from our producer, Olivia, that she doesn't wash her chicken.
She does not.
She admitted to us, to our faces, no less.
Man, it was
Olivia.
It was dark days over here at headquarters.
She told us she didn't wash her chicken, and then David and I both chatted privately,
reevaluated a few things.
We talked about a few things outside of the group chat.
Ever since that day, I was looking at her different.
Yeah.
That's actually what he was talking about in that song.
I know. It was like, I
don't know
if I can.
It was about washing chicken.
Yeah, wash your chicken, baby girl.
I'll fuck you in the van. You can't come in the house if you're not washing chicken.
Listen, man. Look, it all ties in. What's the other thing all of our mamas told us? You can't eat at everybody's house. Like, you can't eat at everybody's house.
True.
So like, there go your proof. It's like, I love everything about you, but I think I'll order some Postmates.
Damn. Damn, that's heavy.
Do you still have friends? I still have some friends where I'm not like trying to.
Oh, I still have.
You know what I mean? If they're like,
yeah,
like I'll come over way before dinner, but after lunch.
Yeah.
I'm not trying.
Or I'll eat first, then I'll come
First thing out my mouth. You want me to bring something? Oh, it's all good. I'll bring something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I'm just gonna eat potato salad today. I don't think
I'm good, bro.
That seems like a brutal existence when you meet people who's just like, damn, your whole house can't cook? Nobody in here? Nobody in here?
Or it's like,
or is that freeing? You know what I mean?
True.
Like, is that kind of nice where you just like, you don't even know what good is. So you get
It makes no difference to you. That's the other thing that I worry about. I'm like, none of y'all can taste this. Like none of y'all can tell that this is awful.
It's you almost hope that they can.
Yeah.
Because if they can, then that's a bad
That's
life.
a sadder existence. You know
Very
what I mean?
true. I have 2 personal stories around that one.
Oh, please.
Okay, so again, borderlands that I grew up in. The first like overnight sleepover at a friend's house that wasn't, a cousin, you know what I mean, was 2 of the most pivotal experiences. In all of our neighborhoods, there's always like 1 or 2 like white families that just didn't leave during white flight. They just happened to stay, so they were there, right? So I spent the night over at homie house, and the next morning was just like, do you want some toast? And she brought out Wonder Bread. And I was like, I had never seen. It's like, yo, and you already know the rules because your mama gave you the same rules when you at somebody's house. You gotta eat what they give you.
Gotta eat it.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta
So I froze, but I was like, what? I don't know. They eat this? Like, it was just so like, why do y'all eat this? Like, so, but,
Yeah.
And I watched my friend like scrunch it together and just eat it like this. And I was like, what the fuck? What is he doing? Later on during lunch, this is the one that did it. She was like, do you want a hot dog? And in my head, I heard hot link, so I thought, like a hot link. And I was like, yeah. And then she went and got a pot and boiled water. And I was like,
how are you going to burn it in that water?
Thank you. I was like, what is she doing? Like, y'all, like, you got to, put yourself in 3rd grade, how you can't hide your confusion when you're watching, like, the hell is she doing? And then she threw the thing in there and then put the soggy hot dog. And I was like, is it cooked? Like, I think I specifically remember her asking, is it done? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, she just gave me a raw hot, like, I just had never seen this how y'all live, and almost was like, I want you guys to come over and let us show you. This is how you do this.
You wanted to burn a link for him.
I want to burn a link for him. And like, bro, you don't have to live like this. Like, why? What are you doing? Yeah, man, those are 2 very pivotal moments in my life.
First of all, I'm sorry that that you had to go through that. I'm glad that you saw the other side of it. And,
yes.
And we pray that, you'll find your peace as life continues forward.
Amen.
Listen, I had a friend like that in my high school who lived down the street because we moved to a small town when I was in high school, mostly white people. And she would admit, it's so crazy because on paper, it was a good meal. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like, she'd be like, we're having X, 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 and X.
If you're reading
and the whole thing tasted like nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing tasted like anything. It all gravy tasted like the peas, tasted like the meat. It was
just wet and dry, wet and dry.
Wet and dry, warm and cold.
Of a meal.
just flat EQ, not even a low pass. Just all flat EQ.
It was crazy.
David, are you enjoying your dry?
And then I went over there multiple times, and it was just the breakfast tasted like the lunch, tasted like the dinner.
Bro, no bass, treble, nothing. Just
it was crazy. Elevator music of meals.
That's heartbreaking, man. You both are survivors, and
I will say this, though.
I'll pray for you.
Yes, I will say this, though. It prepares you for when you grow up, you get to travel, you get to go across the world. You're already like, okay, I know everywhere is different. I'm going to learn new things, be willing to try some stuff, and can have like a genuine like openness because I was like, oh, I was prepared for this. I know to keep my expectations at a certain level and then let myself be surprised.
Some of those Europeans got bad food. I'm just saying it.
It's just
awful food.
The English
just don't go there.
That whole shit out.
Cut that shit out.
Knock that whole shit out. You're eating beans and tomatoes for breakfast. This
Yeah,
is
that's
a bad
crazy.
place.
You put beans on bread. What are you even doing?
this?
What'd you do that for?
You don't even understand the technologies.
Right?
You don't understand either technology.
What sucks about the beans is they look like baked beans. Like, you look down and you're like, oh, this might slap. And then you're like you said, flat EQ. There's no...
Yep.
And not even there's no... Why you tricked me? Yeah, I don't get it. And also,
brekkie.
in their defense, don't nothing grow there. So that's probably why...
They got fish.
They do got fish.
Look, the beans alone, the bread alone, we can figure something out. The beans and bread combined, that's on you. That's
Facts.
like a character flaw inside of you.
Right.
Yeah,
that you were like, I'm going to make these together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Every place ain't got the same shit. There's certain things that out of other countries that I'm like, that's not for me, but I understand how you can get there. Beans on toast.
Yeah.
Kill yourself.
It's clashing colors. Complete opposite. Like, whose idea was that?
That's nuts.
I don't get
Whose
it. Whose
idea was that?
And y'all wasn't starving. Like, you colonized the planet. Y'all wasn't starving. Y'all could have ate whatever you wanted.
Here's the thing. They colonized the planet for spice. They hit that spice trade and went crazy.
Yes, they did.
They found out there was curry in Asia, and now everything's fucked.
It should have made their food better then. Like, I don't understand. You crashed out the whole planet.
Because they were very white about it. They're like, we'll enjoy it over here.
Yeah.
Don't bring it back home.
Yeah.
No, that's just my looking spice. I don't cook with that. I sprinkle that on my porch every morning.
We just do this for the flex. That's for the gram. Hilarious.
This helps the rats at bay. I don't fucking eat
like,
it.
apparently they eat it. I don't know. Like, what?
This paprika, this deodorant. I don't even fucking put this in my body.
That way I could shower one less month.
This maybe will be the best way for us to end. They actually, as part of the article that I read, it sends you to a place called fightback.org, where the Partnership for Food Safety Education actually has created a series of videos explaining to people why you should not wash your chicken. And I thought it would be really fun if we watched one of those videos together so we could all enjoy.
Absolutely.
It's only a minute long. I think we'll get a good, nice kick out of everything happening in one of these videos.
I bet I hate the host. I'm
already
right now.
very frustrated.
Whoever's hosting this is the worst.
Whatever you think it is, it's different.
Okay.
Which I'm excited about. I think you're gonna find that it's real different than you think.
Okay.
Let's explore.
Families. Meals are prepared, drinks are poured and spilled, and there's always plenty to clean and wash. However, rinsing raw poultry contaminates your kitchen with harmful bacteria like Salmonella. Bacteria is aerosolized with water when you rinse your chicken, which means that bacteria can travel beyond what you can see. When you can keep bacteria from spreading, you make the kitchen as clean as possible. This is especially important for the high-risk members of our family, loved ones who are younger and older, or those with poor immune systems. If they get a foodborne illness, they're more likely to be hospitalized or become very ill. Don't rinse your chicken. Don't cross-contaminate. Keep raw juice and chicken away from other foods and kitchen items, and cook thoroughly. 165 degrees
I will
Fahrenheit.
say, I was worried it was going to be some kind of a don't wash your chicken rap. So,
wow.
This is a step up from what I had in my head.
That was the furthest thing. I am glad it was an animation. Like, that removed a lot of the angst that I was going to have about this. Because I was like...
They drew black and brown people for that whole thing.
They did. They knew.
They didn't put not one non-nigga in that video. They were like, we know who we're talking to.
But
and we're not about to play with y'all.
You know how all those little black girls pouring glasses of milk out there? You know how that's a common thing?
Black girls drink glasses of milk.
It's a classic thing in a black household. You wake up in the morning, a little black baby with barrettes is pouring herself a tall glass of milk.
Oh man!
Nobody's yelling at her or telling her she's allergic. She's just drinking the milk.
Yeah, every single one of us is lactose intolerant. Nobody is drinking milk at our house.
A glass of milk? That's crazy.
That's risky behavior for
Very.
sure. Yeah, I the video itself is not nearly as offensive. I don't even know if I would call it offensive.
No,
it just is so funny to me that they were like, we're not even gonna play around and put white people in this shit.
They knew.
What are you
they know
talking
who
about?
this is for.
They knew who this was for.
Yeah, they did it as tasteful as they possibly could and tried to give the visuals of like, you see all the shit on all your shit, okay?
Yeah.
God damn
The
it.
baby's eating bacteria.
Yes.
They
It's
had
on
it
the baby bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just furious. Like, what else can we tell y'all?
I will also say that the 3 other videos sort of follow a similar tone, although there is one where they tried to be funny, and it's not fun. I'm not going to pretend like it's funny, but they did try to flip the races. So it's the black person telling the white person not to worry about the goo, and it's like,
okay.
oh, y'all got pushback after that first video. I see what happened here.
Yeah.
You called us all niggers, and then you got
Somebody
you
caught
got
it.
a little bit of pushback, so you
Yeah.
did a little whoopsie daisy. Oh, the white man likes to watch his shit. It's like, no.
Yeah, Janice.
I know what that is.
Yeah, Janice, that's from marketing, walked by and saw the screen and was like,
She says she won't quit, but she is upset.
Yeah, I was like, I noticed on y'all's drawings that these little black kids.
Honestly, Janice, we support you.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
Janice,
Janice.
doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, we appreciate your contribution.
So if I could wrap this thing up, I think what it sounds like is everyone's in agreement that the science is probably correct, but none of us are in agreement that the government is doing right enough by us to not take some extra steps, even if those extra steps happen to be leading to our own demise.
The exact things they asked us not to do.
Yeah.
Is the steps we're taking.
Also, I'm calling my shot. No chicken's taking me out. That's not how I go.
I'm not going to die by chicken.
Not
I like
dying by
that.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I agree.
Facts.
I think we should name that the episode.
I'm not dying by chicken.
I'm not dying by chicken.
Also, for the record, there are no at-risk members of my household. I'm not raising victims.
Come on. At risk of what?
Yeah.
All our at-risk ones, we leave in the wilderness somewhere.
Whoa.
Whoa.
If they come back, then they can be a champion.
They gonna take care of
You
us
got a
all.
hard life.
Oh man.
All right. Prop, you want to tell the people where they can find you?
Man.
What cool shit you got going on?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, prophiphop.com. I host a party in Long Beach called Real Ones every first Sunday. Day party for us grown folks with good knees or with not so good knees. So you could be home by 8.
That's what we need.
That's what you need. Yeah. Hood politics with Prop, man. I essentially believe that if you grew up anyway or around the culture that I'm sure both of these gentlemen grew up in, you understand politics more than you think. And if you to kind of tap into your knowledge of like how to survive the neighborhoods we grew up in, then you're actually, again, very well equipped to understand and discern the times. So that's what I do. I just talk weekly about what's going on in our politics and just, remind us that we're smarter than we're given credit for. So that's Hood Talk Politics with Prop.
Hell yeah.
Every Wednesday. Super fun, crack jokes, talk about hood stuff, and it's a good time.
Hell yeah. Follow Prop and check out the podcast. Do your work, motherfucker.
Man, come on, man.
Stop making us remind you of shit. God damn.
God damn.
It's not even what this is for.
It's not even what it's for. Bori, remind these motherfuckers, man.
Gotta remind you again. Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. Patreon.com/David Bory. Birth of a Nation with the G, my special. Available for purchase. It's going crazy. Everybody loves it. I haven't received one negative comment that I've
It's great.
Shared with anyone.
So funny. Top to bottom, hilarious.
Yeah.
I immediately paid for it and enjoyed every moment of it. It's so fucking funny.
If you want to see me make fun of a French man who doesn't deserve it.
Buddy, nobody in your audience deserved it. Everybody was being so cool and supportive, and you lashed out at each and every individual there. It's phenomenal. It's so funny.
Yeah, and if you want to hear what Langston is talking about, go to patreon.com /David GBORIE. I appreciate it.
And as always, you can follow me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms and watch my special August 20th on Netflix. It's called Bad Poetry. It's gonna be a time, baby. And if you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories, if you want to tell us the secret solution for getting chicken absolutely clean without contaminating our bodies, send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Buy the merch, like, subscribe, rate, review, remix. Okay. Ooh. Bye, bitch.
Why you coming home 5 in the morning? Something's going on. Can I smell your dick?
My Momma Told Me is a production of Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network and iHeart Podcasts.
Created and hosted by Langston Kerman.
Co-hosted by David Bory.
Executive produced by Will Ferrell, Hansani, and Olivia Aguilar.
Co-produced by Bay Wang.
Edited and engineered by Justin Conner.
Music by Nick Chambers.
Artwork by Dogon Krieger.
You can now watch episodes of My Momma Told Me on YouTube. Follow at My Momma Told Me and subscribe to our channel.